And we're back in the game with some more Rome 2 Total War. Today we're going to be selecting the Desert Kingdoms, and we're going to be playing as Kush. And we're going to be on the very hard setting, and we're going to go for an economic victory, because not too many people do economic victories in Rome 2 Total War. Mostly they go for the military victory conditions. But we'll try out the economic victory. We may lose the campaign in any case, but we shall see what happens. We do have a few mods active. They are mainly cosmetic mods. There are no mods that give any boost to the stats of the units, and I don't believe we're playing with any unit mods that will add to the Kushian roster. So let's take a look at the benefits that the Desert Kingdoms have. Desert Warriors, 10% morale for all units during battles in the desert. Not very surprising there. Deep-rooted traditions, -7% research rate. That's a little unfortunate, as I prefer to do as much research as possible in any Total War game, but we'll live with that. Now, the actual faction benefits are disciplined workforce, 10% reduction in slave population decline across all regions. The land of the bow, +6% missile damage inflicted by all archers. Now that's good, because I do like to use archers. We can go ahead and read through this. Living on the fringes of civilization, the people of the African and Arabian deserts had to adapt to survive in the harshest of conditions. Despite the privations of such an environment, they found ways to not only cope, but thrive and prosper in these regions. Their ingenuity gave birth to new irrigation methods, and their relentless spirit made them some of the most prominent traders, fearless warriors, expert sailors, and clever engineers of the ancient world. And as for Kush, a major regional power with vast resources coming from the trade of gold, jewels, and exotic hides. Kush has been overshadowed by its more powerful and famous northern neighbor, Egypt. Despite this, the animosity is not one-sided, with Egypt even being ruled by Nubian pharaohs for about a century. In the 3rd century BC, King Ergomenes decided to wrestle power away from the priests of Amun, moving his capital from Napata to Meroe, where the priests could no longer decide the fate of Kush's kings and queens. The moving of the capital also marked something of a break, away from Egyptian culture, with Hellenistic, Indian, Persian, and African influences instead making their way through trade routes. The Kushite royalty would sit on the throne and rule with authority and conviction to protect Nubia's riches. Even the Romans could not conquer Meroe, and preferred to trade instead. A regional powerhouse with plenty of natural treasures and fertile land, Kush is well equipped to prosper and once again vie for power against the mightiest empires in the world. From their position, they could choose to eliminate the threat from their archenemy, Axum, once and for all. Another possibility would be to strike the Arabian Peninsula to gain control over the spice trade and increase further their economic potential. And despite the good nature of the current relations with Egypt, the old rivalry is bound to continue, one way or another, until only one of them remains. Right, let's start the campaign. Now, this is listed as normal difficulty, even though we're on very hard. But it's been a number of years since I've actually played Rome 2, and I'm not even sure if I've ever played any of the Desert Kingdoms. I know for a fact that I've never played as Kush. I have of course played as Egypt in Rome 1, and Medieval 2. But we'll see how we do. This campaign could end very quickly, or it could take an exceedingly long time.
For centuries, the people of Kush have competed with our powerful Egyptian neighbors. Since Alexander conquered their lands, we are the only protectors of ancient traditions in the region. However, it is time we took back what is ours, and saved Egyptian people from Greek tyranny. Beware, however, the threat to the south. The treacherous kingdom of Axum will take any opportunity to catch us off guard. We would also do well to take part in the lucrative spice trade blossoming beyond the Red Sea. May Amani guard your head, and Apademak your hand.
Right, thank you for that. Advisor. I'm going to suppress the advice, even though it's been a number of years since I've played this. I prefer to experience a full game without any help. So let's see what we're working with. We have 2 armies, total of around 2,000 troops, and we have a spy. Now we can only see a limited number of factions around our starting area. We're not at war with any of them. We do have our neighbour of Axum, which is rather isolated down here. They don't have any defensive or military allies. I think I'm going to try and take them out. That will give us control over this entire province. Egypt, they're not that happy with us, but also not that angry, and they will probably have a lot of factions attacking them fairly early on. So I think they may leave us alone. Now, we can see a number of Arabian factions. Let's go and do some diplomacy with them.
Greetings, friend. Let us
On
use
aggression.
our time together in wisdom and
Trade.
in accord.
They're not that interested in trade, are they? On aggression. They have rejected that.
You have a determined tongue, but there is no
And
profit in what
they
you suggest.
will not go for a marriage. Trade. Nope, they're not going to go for that.
Do not want.
How about
I
Maine?
will be a patient audience for your speech.
On aggression.
Sure that
Well, at least they accepted
I
that.
agree and admire your
We
sense
can't get
of
any trade with them
in
just
this
yet.
matter. My people will
We
rejoice.
could arrange marriage. They've
Your
rejected that.
arguments have merit, but my lord would
Alright.
not wish me to.
How about Nabatea? They appear to be somewhat
I
more
will do you the honor of
friendly
listening
towards
to
us.
terms.
They
There
want
is much to
300
be said
gold.
for generosity between friends. It profits both parties. Don't you agree?
They're not going to go for that, are they? And they're not going to go for a marriage. So that's pretty much all that we can trade with.
In Pharaoh's name, strength and wisdom be his. Well,
Egypt doesn't want a non-aggression,
remembering
and
that all is within his
they
divine
don't
hearing.
want trade. And we can't have a marriage agreement with them. Alright, so we didn't get too much done in diplomacy. We do need some technology though. Now, I think I want something to enable public order. Is there anything out here for public order? Cultural conversion. Public order, right here. Alright. I'm going to select that one. It's going to take 7 turns to get it. We have our spy. Let's send them down here. find out what Axum actually has. Axum has a garrison of 5 units, mainly missile units, and they currently have 4 units already. Let's try to level up our agent. 45% chance. It's not great, but it's not terrible. It did fail. Now, if I remember correctly, even failures will eventually level up your agents. Now we need to get our army down to Axum. Right, we do have some cavalry. Our queen is an archer unit, Royal Kushite Archers. Okay, that's a bit unusual, isn't it? As I said, it's been a number of years since I've played Rome 2. There are plenty of infantry generals, cavalry generals, and elephant generals, but an actual archer general be interesting to use. Now, we have desert cavalry, slave infantry. Very little armor. Nubian spearmen and tribesmen look like they're javelin armed. What can we actually recruit? Okay, we can get some slave slingers, slave infantry, and the Nubian spearmen. I think we'll be using these as our skirmish line. These is our main line, and these is a flanking force. We can't recruit any cavalry directly. Fairly limited amount of mercenaries. Kushite shield women. Okay, female version of these Nubian spearmen. And that one, the left warrior, seems to be an upgraded version. Okay, so we're going to bring this army down and join up. So let's get some extra troops in. Now the enemy has a lot of missile troops. We're going to need to counter those. We can recruit 4 units in one turn, so we should have an entire stack pretty quickly. Now, since we've moved our armies out of our settlements, our public order is going down. But we have 13 turns at the moment before there's a revolt, and we're going to get that technology which will boost our public order in about 7 turns. So that will help. We can also reduce our tax level. So we're currently bringing in 1200. That's only going to lower it by 70, and that's reduced by 2 points. What if we drop it all the way down? It goes down to 4, and we're losing only about 140 in gold. So now we can actually hold out for 25 turns before there's a revolt. Now, let's look at spending that money. We need a harbour, so that when we do have more trade, they'll be flowing into our settlements. And that appears to be all that we can upgrade at the moment. Can we get any more agents? We cannot, because we don't have enough money. We can't get a dignitary or a champion. So, I believe we're ready to end our first turn in our Rome 2 campaign. Let's see what happens. Now I do have a mod that I think speeds up the interns.
Look to your gods and pray.
Oh, Axum, they've declared war on us. Well, that's fine. We're not joined by anybody, as we don't have any allies. Our hidden agent has been exposed. We've gained a member of our household. And our scout got that. And we recruited our 4 units. Right, as we can see, Axum is in fact recruiting troops. We can't see their buildings. Let's try to sabotage their army again. That time we were successful, and we've upgraded, or leveled up, in fact. Very good. So, we need to find something useful. We do need food, and we can steal food from the enemy. That one looks pretty good. There are no negatives there. That one has no negatives. That one does. This will boost our civil research, and as we already have a penalty against research, that could level the playing field somewhat. I think -1 public order in local provinces. Okay, that actually reduces the enemy's public order, I believe. Alright, we'll go with that one. Now, as for our armies, we can locate them right next to our settlement. Let's take them out, our force march, and trade them over. Right. We're going to need you down here as well. We've already got 13 units. Let's grab some more. We could use some more frontline troops, but we're getting low on funds. 2 of those. That would give us 6 in our front line. How about 1 of those? Make 4. That would give us 5 missile units. And we can always grab some more mercenaries once we get into their territory. I think I'm actually going to send you back to capital of Moreau, where you should boost the public order. Alright, diplomacy. Has anything changed significantly? That's gone down slightly.
The pleasures of my household are yours.
Arranged marriage. Moderate. We've still rejected
Your
it.
arguments have merit.
Nabatea.
Welcome, friend. Let us conclude.
They've rejected
The
that.
merits of a treaty seem to favor you. Your arguments have merit, but my law.
Now it's not negative,
to enter into
but they just don't seem to be interested.
Come, my friend, speak. We are.
Alright, now they've accepted that.
I agree and admire your sense and clear thinking.
Rejected the marriage.
But you speak well, and you offer much, but I cannot give agreement here.
If we could get these 2 factions to trade with us, that'd be an extra 100 gold a turn. Alright, let's end our second turn. And these are very fast turns. Our agent has been exposed again. Let's take you off of forced march. And we're only losing one public order. Alright. Their army is growing. Opportune failure. I mean, we can try again. Yes. What can we do about the settlement? Settlement sabotage. That's only 38% chance. But they were successful and have leveled up again. They seem to be leveling up quite fast. Alright, we just got that one. Let's go for this one. Now let's bring our army down into their territory. So we can, if we have the money, grab some mercenaries. I think extra cavalry might come in useful, as our general is an infantry-based skirmish. So we need some mobility. Alright. I would have liked to have got some bowmen, but there you go. And we are still making a small profit. And our port, or the harbour, will upgrade very soon. So it looks like we may get a battle fairly quickly. Ah, Axum, asking for a peace treaty and offering us money. Well, you shouldn't have declared war, and now that we've recruited all those troops, we're not going to waste them. So, face the consequences of your actions. Right. We need to choose one of these gods. 8% loyalty for all political parties, 10 terms, 4 wealth, 5 diplomacy. This is going to have more of an immediate effect. I shall go with Amun. Research has been completed. We're actually positive on our public order, and we're making slightly more money, but we don't have a food surplus. They've pulled their army just outside their settlement, haven't they? Ooh. That looks like a particularly nasty unit to deal with. So that's their general, and he's an infantry general as well. What about apparently the only one we could get would be these, but we're just short on money. Alright. I don't think we can do anything with our agent, because we don't have enough money. Yeah, 371, 370. No, nothing we can do with our agent. Are we ready for a battle? Do we attack the settlement and bring in the army, or attack the army and bring in the defenders? I think we'll go for their army. Let's see if they've actually upgraded. Nope, they still have 5 units from their settlement. says they have 15, but that's 11, isn't it? Or does it mean they're going to have 15 after they recruit? We shall find out when we attack them. Now that looks heavily, around about 85 to 15, in their favour. Except we have more men, don't we? They don't have any cavalry. These are all missile units. That's 8 missile units. But we can chase them down with our cavalry. I think showing a loss if we go for an auto resolve. So I'm going to fight them out on the battlefield. Okay, I don't normally use this in any of the Total War games, so we'll just go ahead and start deployment right now. And I shall just give everyone a look at our units. I'm not sure if I'll be able to give any close-ups during the battle. So, these are the Desert Cavalry. Some nice shield patterns there. Spear armed unit. Slave infantry, so they're a sword and buckler unit. That's our general there, with their bows out. They look particularly cool. Slave slingers. They should have some good range on them. There's our Nubian spearmen. Here's our javelin men, which are called tribesmen, but that's what they do, throw a javelin. And here's our mercenary desert cavalry. So they should look the same as the first unit. Right, let's get set up. Nubian spearmen, slingers. You're going to go on skirmish mode, of course. Tribesmen, we can use flaming shot, but I don't see any real need for that. And we're going to hide some of our cavalry over here. Have some of you on the flanks. I think we can even hide those units over here. Now our general being a missile unit, but I don't want them to get killed off too quickly. And they have standard shot, heavy shot, poison shot, flaming shot, and whistling shot. Okay. Bonus versus buildings, lowers morale, poison shot, does less damage. Range and accuracy. I think we'll stick with regular shot just for the moment. Now, see if they're going to move towards us. We do have a very good height advantage, which should help with our range as well. Their units are going to look fairly similar to ours. Levy spearmen. More levy spearmen. Tribal slingers. Levy spearmen. Oh, let's turn our mini map on. They do have their reinforcements, and they're all missile units. So maybe we can actually pick them off as they come in from this area. I think they're going to hang back with this force, and we're waiting on their reinforcements. But we're going to intercept them. Now, we are getting hit, but are we going to cause more damage than we're taking? That was a terrible charge, wasn't it? We just basically stopped. Seriously, are we going to lose this unit of cavalry? They're getting a lot of hits on us. I'm not sure if you've actually killed anyone. Yeah, we lost that unit. That's surprising. They were a mercenary unit. They just died off real quick. We got a terrible charge, even though it looked like it was a rare charge on several of those units. 162, so we killed a few, but there was 120 men in that unit. Okay. Well, in that case, can we use our slingers against them? If not, we may have to use our slave units. Let's walk down with that unit. Yeah, let's try to hit them. Well, slingers. There you go. Start shooting at them. If they are going to come up to get in range, we shall chase them. These slave infantry are very cheap, so an expendable unit, I would say. Let's bring those spearmen over here. Right, let's start engaging with our spearmen. Now, our spearmen are not likely to have too much killing power, but they should still do some damage. At least hold the enemy in place. Yep, you're going to be doing a lot of running. There's their general. See if we do any better with that unit of cavalry. We've managed to break through that unit there. Let's try to kill off their general. And let's use some heavy shot. Desert cavalry. You're still chasing them all the way down to the finish line. We haven't killed too many of their general's units. Alright, we're breaking more of their units over here. Now their general is starting to take some casualties. Our cavalry is taking quite a few casualties. Yep, those units are breaking. Cavalry, chase those down. Alright, those are falling fairly quickly. Cavalry, you're supposed to be chasing those. How are we doing over here? You've used up all of your ammunition. Their general's down to 100 men from 240. Alright, that unit must have run all the way off. Yep, looks like we've broken through all their units, except for these ones. Some of you will recognize the music from Rome 1. It is in fact the Rome 1 music mod. I find the music in Rome 2 to be uninspiring, and I don't even remember any of the tracks from it. These units are putting up a good fight. That's their mercenary unit that had the high damage output. But their general is broken. Now their whole force is breaking. Alright, continue with our cavalry. Doing one you can chase off. don't see anyone you can chase except for those units. And we'll speed you up. Some of our units took a lot of losses. Some of them didn't. Cavalry. Very tired. Okay, I can understand that. You've done a lot of work. I see quite a few bodies laying out here on the field. They all look fairly similar. It's hard to tell ours from the enemies. And let's go ahead and end the battle. Quit battle. Close victory. I was fairly close there for a while, but I was fairly confident going into it. Now tell me that music there doesn't do something for you, especially if you've played Rome 1. So we killed off almost their entire force. Looks like we got over 200 friendly fire casualties there. Close victory. Oh. We killed their leader. Captured 343. Enslaved captives. That's going to affect public order. Kill captives. We get some money. But they're not going to like us. Well, they already declared war on us, so why should we care? Release captives. Upon you, favorably release the captives from this battle. I think we'll kill the captives.
Anything else? We cannot.
Increase in rank for our queen. Right, let's upgrade you.
Ready for greatness.
And I think everyone goes for this first because it allows you to get night battles, which are a very big bonus. And we're going to auto resolve that. And that should get rid of the Axum faction.
Waiting for your command.
And the Queen's army now also has a new tradition. I always like this one. The extra campaign map movement helps out. And we're supposed to get a bonus for our archers. So let's try to increase that even more. I know we don't have any archers at the moment, but we don't have much killing power in our infantry at the moment, and we don't have any cavalry. So most of our killing is going to be coming from our missile troops. Now, I don't think, yes, we can't occupy the settlement if we do that. So by chasing them down, we missed the opportunity to grab the settlement. They don't have any units left there. Now they may spawn a new general in the end turn. We shall see. If we activate this, we should be able to steal some food, right? Yes, look at that. 5 food. Very nice. Okay, so we are going to have to end another turn. We didn't get any more event messages. If they spawn a new general, will he be able to recruit those mercenaries? We may have to fight another battle. Now they're offering 4,400. Oh, you shouldn't have gone to war. Yes, they did get a new general. Right, household has expanded. Ooh, +3 public order and trading tariffs. Very nice. Can we give that to our queen? She didn't get it. Did it go to our other general? No. You got that one. Was it our... Huh. But we got a new one. Household has expanded. Our queen. Goldsmith. That's our queen there, right? Queen. Armor. That commander. Respectful. So, who got that goldsmith one? Well, let's deal with the enemy first. They did get some of their garrison back. Alright, we're going to auto-resolve that one again. Now we have extra campaign movement range, so we should be able to get back to the city.
Shall I continue?
Yes we can. Alright, let's do this one. And I like to go for this for the diplomacy and the conversion. Because once we get out of this general area, we're not going to have any cultural benefits. So we shall go for rightful sovereign. And then we shall go for this one. Now we can get to the settlement, can't we? We could subjugate it. We could get 1100 in gold. But I'm going to choose this one so we don't get so much of a public order penalty. And Axum is gone. Right. That also means we're not actually stealing anything from them. As for the settlement, that -20 shall disappear after one turn. Right. Now, we're going to start sending you up to explore our surrounding area. We only have a little money left over. We can't make use of this building. And you're mercenaries, so I'm going to get rid of you now, because we don't need you anymore. And we already lost our mercenary cavalry. Now, household has expanded. Very good. Province under control. So, we should be able to use an edict. And I'm going to stick in the bread and games one just for now, so we can get the public order under control. and then start reorganizing our settlements before we start expanding again. So that will give us some breathing room. Let's check our diplomacy and see if anyone is more interested in dealing with us.
Welcome, friend. Welcome.
Nope, they're still
Despite
against
your
that.
eloquent advocacy, my good friend, we cannot agree to these terms.
How about both of those? No,
Despite
rejected
your
that.
eloquent advocacy,
But they did accept
truly, my
the marriage. And it's now gone up to 91. Now let's see if they'll go
accept as a
for...
most humble audience for you.
They still
You
don't
speak
want
well,
that trade, do
and
they?
you offer much, but I cannot give.
Now, I am going to go after Egypt because this is a very rich area and very good for producing food and has good trade opportunities. Later on we may expand into Arabia, but for now I want non-aggression.
Greetings, my friend. Greetings. I think the God.
Anything we can do
I greet you
to
as
build up
your reputation. Truly, my good and noble friend, your kind words and
our relations with the Arabian factions.
greetings, my friend. Greetings.
The axis. Really want
your
trade.
Advocacy, my good friend, we cannot use.
Okay, and I think that's where we're going to leave it for our very first episode of Rome 2 Total War, playing as Axum. So, it hasn't been a complete disaster so far, but we'll see how the campaign progresses. This is pretty much a learning experience for me. So, until next time, thank you all for watching, thank you for the likes, the comments and the subscribers.